Hi, so this is kind of a hard video to film, and I really want to be honest. So I'm going to start with a little disclaimer. Firstly, I'm sorry for this horrible background. I haven't really filmed since I moved to college, and I'm still a work in progress, and I really want to come back to YouTube. So firstly, I want to make a disclaimer that I'm not judging anybody for their substance use or abuse. I know it's a hard world out there. I know a lot of people my age, I'm 19 in college, use drugs or alcohol, and I personally don't, but no shade or judgment. So I just wanted to talk about why and how I started smoking, my journey quitting smoking. That's my dog, Frank. And just kind of like the struggles, both physical and psychological, reasons, symptoms of withdrawal, and whatnot. Because while there are some symptoms of withdrawal and whatnot in addiction that are, pretty common, there are also some reasons that are personal. And I just wanted to share my story because I want to help deter people from smoking, especially young people, because our brains are still developing and our health and whatnot is just kind of a little bit more fragile. So I really hope to educate and just kind of end some stigma. And with that being said, I realize that some of the stigma around smoking is, rightful and whatnot. However, at the end of the day, it's addicting both physically and psychologically. So I just want to put that out there. So if I'm looking down, it's just because I have notes. I'm trying to be organized because I have a lot to say. So I want to start out with how and why I started smoking. So I was 18. It was July of 2018. I was taking a gap year and still living with one of my parents. So I'm just, in general, a curious person by nature. I like trying new things and whatnot. And I basically found a pack of menthols, menthol shorts, I think they were Newports, in the alleyway by my house. And I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try. And if I smoke one pack or a few cigarettes, I'm not gonna get addicted. Side note, if you think this way, you will most likely get addicted. There are the rare few that don't, but the majority do. So I started smoking Pall Mall Reds after that, which, if you don't know, they are very strong, and I don't know, that just kind of appealed to me. So to be honest, I don't ever remember how much I smoked at any time. I know it was never a pack a day. If I had to take a guess, it was maybe about half a pack a day, because I did work and I did live with a family that was very health conscious. So, yeah. And also, one thing that I want to tell anybody who's considering starting or has recently started is people can tell that you smoke. I'm the kind of person, I always like to smell good. I love perfume and whatnot. And even if you shower regularly and all of that stuff and have good hygiene, people can still smell it. And now that I've been clean or whatever for about a month and a half, I can really smell it on other people, and it's not good. So the main reason why I kept up the addiction essentially was, one reason was there was this period of time for a few weeks where my mom was on a trip with my younger siblings, and I had the house to myself, and I would sit on the roof watching Star Trek Voyager, which is amazing, and just kind of chain smoking. That was not good. So part of the reason I started and got addicted was it was something to do. I thought it looked cool and aesthetic, which I still get. Like, honestly, I get that it looks cool. Like, I totally get that. I know it sounds weird, but it does look cool in a sense. And it was just something to do. And also with my mental health, I think I've been honest on this channel. I have had mental health struggles, and I still do. I'm on medication and in therapy, which helps so much. But I still have a great deal of anxiety, and it really helped that. And at that time, I was just starting on medications and in therapy again, so I still kind of new to that stuff, and it was more intense than it is now. So now I'm going to talk about how and why I quit smoking. And honestly, brutal honesty time, the main reason I quit was because Trump, really, in my opinion, one of the only good things he did, at least so far, was he raised the minimum smoking age from 18 to 21. I'm currently 19, turning 20 in May, so it's going to be quite some time before I can purchase cigarettes or alcohol. So that was the main reason, honestly. I know smoking has a bunch of bad health effects, but honestly, as someone who doesn't drink or doesn't partake in hard drugs, I was like, and generally I eat healthily and I exercise, I'm pretty skinny, whatever. I was like, okay, I can have this one bad habit, which I just wanted to tell you guys that smoking does more than just, potentially causing lung cancer. It has a bunch of negative effects. I'm not going to go into that right now, but you can Google it. You can find other people talking about, serious side effects that they had while smoking. So I just wanted to, little disclaimer again. So when I quit smoking, it was the second semester of college. It was the second week. And I work, I have a part-time job, and because of that I have to do night classes 4 times a week, and for several hours, and I was just like, okay, it's going to be hard to get through those classes and through work without smoking. I don't want to have to leave to take smoke breaks. It's going to decrease my productivity and learning. So that was kind of why I luckily had a 4-day weekend, and I remember I smoked on that Friday, my last cigarette at 9 p.m. I totally remember that whole time. It was really, sucky. So I had a 3-day kind of detox period, if you want to call it that, where the physical symptoms, and this is pretty similar across the board, where the physical symptoms were very, very intense. So I'm going to have to go take my dog out in a minute, but I'll wrap up this thought. Basically, the physical symptoms, in case you don't know, is fatigue, because nicotine is a stimulant. So the more physical things were pain, like a tightness in my chest. Anybody who smoked, and I think even people who have had experiences with other types of drugs, there's a tightness in your chest. It's really uncomfortable. It almost feels like you can't breathe. It's very strange. So there's that. And then some of the mental side effects that I had right away were moodiness and kind of anger, which is strange for me because my psychological medications help with that. So I was very uncomfortable. I just kind of isolated myself more than normal from like family and like my roommate. I just didn't really talk to anyone because I didn't want them to see me like that, and I didn't want them to worry or for them to kind of wonder what was wrong with me. So that was, the second week of January, I believe. And now, as I'm filming this, and I think I'll upload it today, it's February 22nd, 2020. Haven't had a cigarette then because I can't buy them, and I don't really know that many people here. My roommate is under 21, so like I have no way of like getting cigarettes, and I'd say that's the main thing. So I really have a lot of empathy for people who are able to buy cigarettes and quit. I definitely say that's worse, but I'm able to buy nicotine gum because I think you have to be 18, which is very confusing because nicotine gum, warning, is still addictive. And it's weird because I went a week or two without any nicotine gum, and then I had like 2 pieces a day for a while. Now I'm like up to like 3 pieces. So I still am, somewhat addicted to nicotine. I guess you can't be somewhat addicted. You are addicted or not. So I still am. I have like 3 pieces of 2 milligram nicotine gum, which is not as bad as smoking, but it's still bad. So to wrap up this video, I just wanted to talk about my personal reasons for quitting. I don't have a lot, but the 2 main ones were saving money. I'm a college student, and while I go to community college, that's like the most affordable in the state, my rent is expensive, especially for, where I live and my apartment size. So that's the main reason. I have a dog that, I have to pay for, and just different expenses. I am minimalist if you've been subscribed for a while, but still, groceries and crap. I try to eat healthily. So that was the main reason, but the second reason was I don't want my family to worry about me, and I don't want people to worry about me who are close to me. So I just want to close out this video with saying everyone has a different journey, whether that's smoking, quitting smoking, alcohol use, which I might go into in the future. I just feel like it's a little weird because I'm under 21, but I definitely have had issues with that. I have never done hard drugs, but I have friends who do, and I would love, I know my channel is very small, but I would love to give them the opportunity to make a video and post it on this channel if you guys would be interested, because I have had friends who either are addicted or are going off those drugs, and that's important. One, I just want to give a shout out, even though probably very few people watch this, to one of my favorite YouTubers, Jessica Kent. I want to put her in the description because she's talked about her like issues with hard drugs, and I just think also listening to those kinds of stories is important. So again, last thing, everyone has their own journey. I don't judge people for their drug use, whether it's nicotine or something other. Don't judge people for that, because, you know, I've been there, and I just want to say, please don't attack any smokers in your life. If anything, just express concern, and just, you know, maybe if there's some way you can support them, either, you know, maybe financially, like helping them, you know, get nicotine gum or patches, or being an accountability partner, just, you know, finding resources for them. That's what I would suggest for you non-smokers. And anybody who's continually smoking and wants to quit, you can always message me. I'll link my Instagram in the description. It's at Jupiter Gaze on Instagram. That's the only social media that I have other than this, and you can message me anytime, and I'd be happy to help you. So, you know, and again, if you're a smoker and you don't want to quit, I don't judge you. You know, again, everyone has their own journey. So I hope someone was helped by this video, and I just feel like it's important to tell these stories. So I just wanted, yeah, last thing, I know I said it like twice, I do want to post like once a week or once every other week. So if you are interested in just kind of this type of video, honest videos, the occasional like travel vlog and minimalist videos, and an updated apartment tour, you can subscribe. I also know that my most popular videos are theater ones, especially musical theater as Vines. I do hope to do more musical theater videos in the future. It's just kind of difficult. Those do take time. I know that sounds strange, but thank you for watching, and I'd love if you subscribed or follow me on Instagram. So I hope you all have a lovely day, and I support you in your journey.